What's up, everybody? It's your boy TD. Um, Hear me out. I think everyone in their 20s, 30s, and 40s should participate in some type of martial arts training. Now, whether that's boxing, jiu-jitsu, kickboxing, Muay Thai, whatever it is, just participate, right? Um, Martial arts training makes you confident. I used to be a relatively shy person, right? I didn't like the limelight. I also didn't like confrontation. I still don't like confrontation till today. But training Muay Thai just put a different confidence in me that I don't mind confrontation if I need to get into it, right? I know that I'll probably make it out of that situation because of my training, quote unquote, right? So it breeds some type of confidence inside of you that allows you to be comfortable in chaos, right? Whether that's from sparring or sparring someone and you have a bad experience or someone beats you up in sparring and you learn a few tricks from that and you just keep growing. That confrontation just allows you, or that experience allows you to be okay with chaos. It allows you to be okay with any type of confrontation you might go through, right? So if you get punched in the face, you get kicked in the head a couple of times, you get kicked in the belly and the legs, you already know what these things feel like. You're already trained for that situation. You learn from that situation. You know how to handle situations like that. If someone throws a kick, you can check that kick. If someone throws a punch, you can slip it, you can block it, you can counter it. You know things now so that in a situation where you need to use that type of thing, that type of training, you would just be more confident knowing that, okay, I know what to do when it's chaotic, right? You would be surprised how many people are walking life without knowing how to handle confrontation. I'm talking about everyone, but mostly men that don't know how to handle confrontation. So if there's ever a situation where you do need some type of physical, ability to do something in that sense, you can't even do it because you're not trained for that situation. You don't know what to do. You don't know how to throw a punch. You don't know how to kick. You don't know how to push someone away to where they can get out of your range or you can get out of their range. And I'm not talking about going out there to fight people or do anything crazy like that. I'm talking more like just knowing how to handle that type of situation because you don't have to fight back, right? You can always, slip a couple punches or just get out of range and move away and tell someone to back off. And if they don't, you know what to do, right? So I think it builds that confidence just knowing that if the situation ever gets chaotic, you can handle it, right? And there's nothing that's going to prepare you like martial arts training. In my case, it was Muay Thai. So I played football in college, American football in college. I played defensive end. And even that didn't prepare me for Muay Thai. Team sports is great. It's great for building skill, camaraderie, knowing how to work together, synergy, all those things. Great sport. But nothing would expose you to who you really are compared to something like martial arts, right? It'll show you who you are. When you're sparring, when you're going through drills, it's just you. So whatever weaknesses you have, you're going to see it. It's going to be you versus you. There's nothing that exposes you to you than martial arts, in my opinion, right? So just going through those drills, going through those situations will just make you a better person. It'll make you a stronger person. It'll also allow you to know your limits and how to go past those limits, right? Those are some of the reasons I feel like everyone, men, women, should participate in some type of martial arts training. Now, obviously, there are a lot of situations where that might not work. But again, it is very helpful, right? To at least know what to do in a situation like that, right? If a situation ever gets bad, all you have to do, what I advise everyone to do is pretty much run as fast as you can, right? But you need to be able to survive. You need to be able to just be ready for that type of situation. There are a lot of crazy people out there. So confidence is that identifying your weaknesses. It allows you to know what's going on within you, allows you to know, you know, who you really are when you face adversity, and all that stuff also like finds its way into like your diet, your finances, all that stuff. All the discipline in this sense that it takes to achieve something, to face your fears, to face your confidence issues, to face your weaknesses. All those things also strengthen you to be able to be more disciplined in other areas of your life. At least for me, that's what it's done, right? Women should also do martial arts training. Absolutely. I 10 out of 10 always recommend go out there, apart from like cardio and like the fact that it's actually fun, like go out there so that you know how to defend yourself too, right? Unfortunately, we live in a society or a world where some men can be really, really weird. Even some women can be weird, but mostly men can be really weird towards women. So women, if you're listening to this video, please go out there and learn some type of martial arts. It's very helpful. At least you know how to get out of a weird situation. Obviously, the best thing to do is find a way to escape that situation. If you have, some type of bear spray, pepper spray, even a gun, some people have to carry. And I totally understand that because some situations can get really dangerous. But the best thing is to at least know how to handle a situation and avoid and escape that situation, right? If that ever happens. Again, we're all preparing for the worst. We're not, this is not something that usually would happen in someone's lifetime. But if it does happen, at least you're prepared. If you're a 9-to-5 person like I am, and you get off and you're feeling down and you just need that pick me up, it just boosts your energy when you go to, for me, it's Muay Thai, right? When I go there, I kick the bags, I punch the bags, I do some sparring, get some rounds in. It's always fun, right? And that just helps me just be in a better mood, right? And, my mental clarity is very, very important to me. So it just gives you a way to decompress and de-stress your life pretty much, right? With all the BS you see at work or if just life is tough, right? You just have a way to escape that, right? You have an avenue to escape that. It also allows you to, be in a better shape, right? So kicking, all this cardio stuff you're doing is also helping your heart's health, right? And also it's getting you in shape. So you look better, you feel better, you can move better, right? So there's so many things in my hips that muscles in my hips that I didn't even know existed, right? Until I started doing Muay Thai, right? In football, we used to we would train flicking the hip, we'll train, how to bend, all these things. We did a lot of like drills with your hip and stuff, but never for once did I ever practice holding a position for a kick, right? Like the amount of flexibility and strength that takes is just something that you probably cannot get out of other sports. So I definitely recommend that if you're in your 20s, your 30s, and your 40s, you should do some type of martial art training. And once you build that base, you can even continue it past that, right? It builds confidence. It makes you thrive in chaos, makes you aware of chaos, being able to handle chaotic situations. It makes you less fearful. It allows you also respect peace, meaning if you just had a day of sparring, you know what it's like to get punched. You know what it's like to get hit. You know what it's like to get elbowed. You know what it's like to get kicked. You're probably doing your best to avoid those situations in real life just because you know how much that thing hurts, right? It just makes you like appreciate peace. Like, oh man, I know what chaos really looks like. So like, I'm gonna just live my life as peaceful as possible. Most of the people that participate in some type of martial arts usually are very peaceful people. They usually would go for the approach of peacefully resolving something, right? But if you want to take it there, they can take it there. But they just won't, because they appreciate peace, if that makes sense, right? These are the people who are also breaking up fights at the bar. Like, these are people that just appreciate the idea of peace, because they know what it feels like to get hit. They know what it feels like to get hurt. They know what it can escalate to. And they just appreciate peace. They just like, you know what? I'm going to break up that fight, right? These are people we need in society when two randos who don't even know how to throw a punch are just wilding outside. Those are people you see to be like, hey, man, just calm down, right? Because they're confident, they're strong, they know how to handle the situation. If it ever gets escalated, they can handle it. And lastly, they appreciate peace. They just like, you know, I know where this can go, and let's make sure this doesn't get there. Okay. So thank you for enjoying my rant. I know it was long and not arranged, but it's just a thought that came to my head. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna put that out there for anyone who wants to watch it, right? Find some type of martial arts training to get into. It's definitely gonna help you.